Hey y'all, welcome back to TNT Podcast. I'm your girl Tasha.
I'm T.
So there's a lot going on with the Diddy trial. And there's this guy named Jonathan Oddi. I don't know if you remember him from 2018. Apparently he stormed Trump's golf resort. And when they started interviewing him, he said that he was Diddy's sex slave.
What?
Now, in 2018, people were looking at this man side-eyed, sideways, all kind of ways, because the claims that this man had, he's a, I was going to say sex worker, but he is an adult film star. Okay, so he is a sex worker.
Yeah.
But he said he was Diddy's slave, that he slept with Cassie, that he seen all these kind of things, and he made all these claims. And now it is coming out that this is true. Because apparently he was in the news again. I think maybe he's at the trial. So Candace Owens, actually, she's become like this investigative reporter.
Oh, yeah. I seen the video she did on the president of France.
Yeah, we're definitely going to talk about that as well, because he's in the news lately. She mushed his face off the airplane. So.
Yeah, I seen the video for that. It kind of looked like a playful mush. So.
It playful my ass. Anyway,
okay.
Staying on topic here, we're going to watch Candace Owens' video talking about Jonathan Oddi and the claims that he originally made. Okay?
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Jonathan Oddi. Can you update my audience on who Jonathan Oddi is?
Most people remember the video. It was in 2018. He was the Trump Doral hotel shooter. He was making bizarre claims, like he was Diddy's sex slave and that Diddy had forced him to have sex with his girlfriend Cassie. He also talks about like the Black Boule and the Illuminati.
Do you know Sean Combs? Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. I had a settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys. I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. They move all the dope. Okay, all the dope on private jets, which don't get screened by
customs,
by the inside the United States.
So everything he's saying about the relationship between Diddy and Cassie ended up being verified and true and sounded insane at that time. He also says that Diddy's a member of the Black Illuminati and that he would hear him on the phone discussing matters. He also mentioned in this, we didn't show this clip, but he mentions pink cocaine.
Yeah.
At that time, no one knew what he was talking about. Suddenly, Lil Rod's lawsuit is speaking about that exact same drug that he's saying is a combination of all sorts of drugs like MDMA and cocaine. And again, all of this is allegedly, but he says that essentially that's what Diddy is giving out at these parties that has people that is so high, rather. Again, what year was this that Jonathan Oddi was arrested?
That was 2018.
And we can also now confirm that he was indeed a sex slave to Cassie and Diddy. Cassie was asked questions.
Testified about him.
Cassie testified about him and was asked questions and confirmed
I
that
want
he
him to take the stand so bad.
So what's going on?
Also, while we're on the Black Boule thing, that Jonathan
Could you describe,
Oddi
by
brings
the
up
way,
Black
because when
Boule.
you actually brought up the Black Boule, I had no idea what that was.
I don't know a lot about it, and I think that there's a lot of versions of it. I think the understanding is that it traces back to like the black nobility and one of the royal families.
I think there might be a Wikipedia.
Yeah, there is, and so it that in modern times there's lots of different takes on it, but the theory is that you sell out your own. And so the Black Boule, my understanding is that they are sort of the black people that sell out the other black people on behalf of, the Illuminati or the guys controlling the world. And LeBron James does have a gigantic back tattoo of the crest, like the symbol itself of the Black Boule. Very literally the exact image.
Jesus.
Well,
or it's his chest, I think. It's
I
like
think it's on his chest. Jonathan Oddi. Can you?
So there's a lot to unpack here. In 2018, everybody thought this guy was crazy. But there were a lot of conspiracy theories going on. And so, you know what happens to conspiracy theorists. Like, you shoot away. And it's like, Illuminati, there's no such thing as Illuminati.
That's how I was. I've always been like one of these disbelievers when people would talk about that kind of stuff, whether it was Jaguar Wright or whoever, you know. I would just be like, man, y'all
crazy.
Yeah, y'all crazy.
Because
Get
they
outta
seem
here.
crazy.
Right, even like Orlando Bloom, like, or Brown.
Orlando Brown.
Yikes. Orlando Brown, right?
Right.
So hearing this, especially in light of what's came out in the court cases, it's believable.
It's now.
Yeah.
But it sounded so outrageous. Normal people who go to work every day, they take care of their kids and their family. Nothing like this makes any sense.
It doesn't. I mean,
and even if you had a wild time in your early 20s partying, you would never like fathom something like this.
Right, yeah.
This is so outrageous that no one believed it.
Right.
Okay?
And I feel like now
it's worse.
I feel like it's still.
I know it's worse.
It's still like the tip of the iceberg.
Definitely.
You know, because I didn't even think about the moving drugs part, about moving drugs and private jets and things like that.
Right.
You know, so it's wild.
Yeah. The thing about it is, I think when we talk about music, okay,
music's just a front.
Yes, definitely. When we talk about music, and we've had conversations about rap music, and basically them kind of like selling out the community,
Right.
because when you listen to some of the music, it is not conducive to a good way of life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is very negative.
Right. And this is
full of
that's the only
stereotypes.
music. It's the only music genre ever that has this much negativity.
And so when you talk about it, I don't know if it's bots or a lot of people are just brainwashed,
Right.
but they will go so far as to threaten you for saying, hey, rap music
Is negative.
It's not bad. I mean, it's bad, and maybe we shouldn't be supporting this as a community.
Right. Yeah.
And people will fight you tooth and nail, okay? But when you see the videos and listen to the lyrics, and at some point, some logic has to kick in to say, hey, this can't just be entertainment, because then you watch the news and what some of these kids are doing on the news.
Right.
It's like art is imitating life and life is imitating art, but it feels like an agenda behind it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so for me, this confirms it.
Right.
I will never feel bad again for speaking up, because at least I know I'm not brainwashed.
Yeah. And I think that I had made that decision a long time ago when I would listen to hip hop or gangster rap music, that I wanted to enjoy the music, but I took it as entertainment. It was like an action movie or something like that. But I never wanted to participate in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's so odd, because when you step back and you look at the people who do enjoy it as entertainment, or they enjoy it period, but they also participate in it, it's wild. It really is.
Especially living here in Atlanta.
Yeah, especially in Atlanta, which is like the music capital.
And the stuff that was going on with YSL, and like a lot of people didn't know like the actual chaos that was going on.
Yeah,
at
there was a
ATL at the
lot.
time.
There was a lot of chaos.
People just riding in their cars, getting bumped, and then being thrown out of cars, parking at the gas station, them taking the cars with your baby in it, or killing you, shooting you to get the car. And like even now, the kids are out of school, and the Ring notifications have increased because people in the neighborhood are like, yesterday one of the ladies were like, does anyone know this kid? Because he's in my backyard and he was scoping out the house. But we also see them like trying to open up cars, and these are young kids.
Yeah, right.
Young kids. And they are definitely influenced by the music. They can't tell entertainment from like real life, because some of these people who are the rappers who are like 40 years old, although they're living in their mansions and stuff like that, they're like, hey, this was my life, this is what I did to get here, and you know, maybe you could do it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so
right.
that's who they look up to. They're not looking up to doctors and lawyers or teachers or anything like that.
Right.
It's like who's getting money in the community, and this is the life I want to
Right.
live.
But now with all this information that's coming out, now we're coming to find that there was a larger agenda at
hand.
At hand.
Yeah.
Right. And that there was a strategic agenda to
Definitely.
push this narrative with this type of music.
And
So,
I definitely seen it early
Yeah.
on, and I was called all kinds of names.
So
everything but a child of God.
Right. Well, I think it's going to be very interesting going forward to see how this trial is going to unfold, because we're still in the beginning stages. We're in the beginning stages, and we're already discovering all this
Listen,
stuff.
I think some people are not going to let everything come out.
Right. Well, of course. I mean, we still haven't gotten the full release of names and information from the Epstein
It ain't
tapes.
gonna happen.
So, and that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple of outcomes that's probably going to happen with this trial. I don't want to say what they are. I think a lot of y'all have a speculation of what is going to happen. But you know, we'll keep doing these updates, and maybe, you know, we'll just see how things unfold.
Yeah, subscribe to stay tuned and like this video.
Yeah.
Leave your thoughts in the comments section as well, and share it with your friends and family. I want to know what they think too.
Yeah. Yikes. Anyway, guys, we'll see y'all next time. Take care. Peace.
Ta-ta.